Students with special needs are often isolated as a result of their disability, causing them to have few opportunities to interact with their non-disabled peers, mainly because they are perceived in various ways that create a barrier between them. Due to these impressions, many opportunities for building and developing interest, talents, social cues, and friendship are usually missed. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever and what time you're watching us from. This is another beautiful morning here at DigiTV. My name is Effie Oworo-Tieno, together with my amazing co-host,
Esther Wamai.
Excellent. All right, so today we have one amazing lady who has a number of times championed for inclusion for persons with special needs. Now I'm going to allow her to introduce herself. Over to you, our guest.
Okay, thank you so much, Effie, for the welcome. Good morning. My name is Anne Erura from Kenya Community Center for Learning. I am an admin assistant.
Mm-hmm.
I am also a golf inclusion champion,
Mm-hmm.
which doubles up to inclusive of all sports.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Good.
Okay, very good. And I'm aware it's not just about inclusion in golf. You've also been involved in other initiatives for inclusion, so probably you can tell us a little bit more about the other initiatives that you have been involved in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I have also been involved with other inclusion initiatives like fashion and design,
Mm-hmm.
which brings students who have special needs
Okay.
to excel in fashion and design.
Okay.
As you know that these kids are excellent in other skills if
Mm-hmm.
given a chance.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, that is my focus.
Interesting.
Yes.
We've talked about inclusion. So what does inclusion mean to you?
Inclusion means opportunity
Uh-huh.
to all.
Mm-hmm.
And this is opportunity, for me, my own understanding of inclusion is
Mm-hmm.
giving people who are marginalized.
Okay.
Especially now, people with disabilities are a bit marginalized. They have already been marked
Mm-hmm.
to what they can and
Okay.
what they cannot do.
All right.
So bringing them together to excel in something, maybe
Okay.
skills, maybe talent,
Mm-hmm.
that is what inclusion means to me.
Okay.
All right, very good. So by saying that bringing them together, is it bringing them together with their non-disabled peers? Is that what inclusion is all about?
Yes, yes, yes. So when we talk about inclusion,
Mhm.
it also goes to something we call unifying
Okay.
in sports.
Okay.
This is where we bring the children with disabilities and
Mhm.
others without.
Okay.
So we bring them together to
Mhm.
include them,
Mm-hmm.
the ones without disabilities and the
Mhm.
ones with disabilities,
Mhm.
so as they also get to learn how do you live with people with disabilities.
Yeah.
Remember, these are our brothers, they are our sisters, they
Yeah.
are our relatives. So inclusion gives them a chance to learn how to live with them,
Yeah.
for everybody to live with everybody without excluding them, without marking them to what they cannot do
Mhm.
and what they can do.
Amazing. You sound so passionate about inclusion. Want to tell us about what really inspired you to go through that path of promoting and also championing for persons with special needs?
All right. So now this is very interesting.
Uh-huh.
I went for a job interview
All right.
at a school called Kenya Community Center for Learning
Okay.
for administrative duties.
Mm-hmm.
So when I got the job, when I reported, I think 2 weeks into my new job,
Okay.
the principal told me that, we have just registered for JGF.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, okay, so what is JGF?
Okay.
So this happened as one of the parents
Mhm.
has a child with autism,
Mm-hmm.
and she would take him to the golf course
All right.
to play golf.
Mhm.
And then she realized that many people are not understanding him. Many people don't know how to relate to him. They don't
Yeah.
know how to accommodate him at
Yeah.
the golf course
Mhm.
or even at the club.
Yeah.
Because there are rules and regulations in most of these clubs.
Yeah.
So she came to the principal and she was like, can we start something for the kids so that my son will not be alone when he goes to play?
Interesting.
So that is when the school took the initiative. They went to the club. they had an agreement to register for the Junior Golf Foundation, that's the JGF.
Okay.
So when I came in, I was told, this is your baby, run with it.
Amazing.
I had to know all the rules. And funny enough, it's something that now just got very, very close to my heart. I found myself even spending sleepless nights thinking about how am I going to make it? How am I going to make sure that these kids get the best out of this program?
Okay.
So that is how I found myself there.
Great.
Okay, very interesting. And just like that, inclusive golf was born. Okay,
yes.
Very good. So to our viewers probably who are wondering what is inclusive golf, so probably you can break it down for us. What does inclusive golf entail?
Yes.
And so for how long have you done this?
All right. So I will start with the foundation that allows the juniors to play golf.
Okay.
It's called the Junior Golf Foundation, JGF.
Okay.
They have their headquarters at Muthaiga Golf Club. This one, the inclusive golf, is now which brought in children with special needs into the golf, sport. So once we told them that yes, our kids have special needs, but we believe that they can play the game.
Yeah.
And they were like, okay, how sure are you that they're gonna do this? We're like, we know our students, and we know these people that until they're given chances, people will just keep putting them off. So that is how we went to the JGF. We registered our students for Junior Golf Foundation. The first group, I had 20 students.
Wow.
Yes, I started off with 20. So we had through assistance from Muthaiga Golf Club and the Kenya Golf Union.
Okay.
They were kind enough to even help us establish a coach.
Okay.
So that is the whole process. Yes.
Amazing. So I do not have a lot of idea about how golf is played, but I do know that it involves a lot of essential skills, right? So such as proper grip, aim, setup for good control and accuracy as a combination for better play. How is that achievable when working with children with special needs?
So when working with special needs, it's a basic requirement for everyone.
Okay.
You have to be patient.
Okay.
You cannot be working with people with special needs when you cannot be patient with them. Because remember, how their understanding level is not as fast as all the other kids.
Yeah.
So you have to be very patient with them. You have to be kind enough to teach them over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Repeat one thing, maybe for a span of time.
Yeah.
So with that, you're able to achieve the best out of this student. So basically, that is mostly what is needed. A lot of patience and a lot of understanding, and finally just have this heart to serve.
Yeah.
Because when you're there, maybe as a coach or anybody else working with these kids, and you're looking at the money, and you're wondering, my time is running up, and he's not understanding as fast as I want him to understand. It becomes very difficult. So with that, with the patience, it helps the student, and also you as a coach, you learn from them. They have a lot to offer. Yes.
Great.
Okay, very well. So apart from the technical skills that are required, we also know that golf is a very expensive sport.
Yes.
And most parents may think that is off our radar. So probably what support have you received that have enabled you to equip your juniors with the right requirements to play the golf?
Okay, so first, as I said earlier, I mentioned this foundation called JGF, Junior Golf Foundation.
Okay.
This is where they allow juniors to play without necessarily being members.
Okay.
Because we know being a member of a golf club, that is what many parents will look at, and they will be like, no, we cannot afford this.
Yeah.
So through the Junior Golf Foundation, you get to your child to play golf.
Yeah.
This does not necessarily mean the ones with special needs. This applies to all the students, the children, as long as they are below 21. You just register with the junior, the JGF. It's 1,000 only per year.
Okay.
That is January to December. And then they give you a JGF card. With the JGF card, as long as you present it to any golf club in the country, you have access.
Wow.
So you will only pay the green fee that is required, maybe mostly 120, but now that depends with clubs, which it's not a big difference. Then you pay for the balls that you will use. But generally that card gives access, gives juniors access to play in all the clubs. And also at the JGF, they are handicapped by the coaches.
Wow.
Yes, and you see the other times after you're 21, for you to get a handicap, you have to be a member of a golf club. But with the juniors, they have that advantage. And then you see, by the time they are 21, they will either have picked it as a career. So once you pick golf as a career, there may be clubs that will be ready to absorb you. So it's a good channel. For my students, I have been privileged enough to receive a lot of support from Muthaiga Golf Club.
Amazing.
Yes, they have been amazing. They have, at times they've even waived the green fees for our students. So we don't pay for the green fees sometimes. And now with the card, the other benefits that come with the JGF is that you get to play in all the local tours that happen. Like currently there is the Safaricom Junior Golf tour that is happening. Juniors they are eligible to play, and many other tournaments.
Amazing. So you mentioned that you have done this for 2 years, right?
And I started this in 2017. Yes, so I have done
5
this
years.
for quite a while. 5 years. Yes, and it has been amazing. I have seen growth. Yes.
What has been your highlight?
Oh, my highlight in the junior golf as a champion of inclusive golf has been before 2017. There is the Kenya Special Olympics, and they had their timetable out that did not include golf. So once we registered for our golf program, we knew that somehow we will make it to the Olympics. So we went to the Special Olympics and told them, hey, we also need golf included in the tournaments for Kenya. So they listened to us, and we got an opportunity for one player who they required a male player. So we got that one. And we had also now to look for another student, as I mentioned before, about inclusive golf. So this is where now it brings one person with disability and the other one without. So we had to get another student without disability and unify them to be our team. Our team represented Kenya after more than 20 years.
Wow.
In the Special Olympics Summer Games in Abu Dhabi, and it was amazing because we came second.
Wow.
Even USA was behind us, so it was quite a highlight for us having the silver medal back home. And this year we are also preparing for Berlin Games that will be held in Germany, in Berlin, the summer games that are coming up next year. And we have a slot for a lady. And we believe that, yes, this time we're bringing home gold.
Amazing.
Yes.
Okay. Very well. And I must say that it's been incredible, and what you're doing with the kids in golf and introducing children with special needs into the sport is just amazing. Yeah, so this is another great week for the golf fraternity. The magical Kenya Open will be happening this week. And I know you have participated in the Kenya Open in the past as spectators. So probably you can tell us how it's been at the Kenya Open, getting those special invites. So, and again, are you kids participate, or rather attending the magical Kenya Open this week?
Thank you, Esther. Now, Kenya Magical Kenya,
Kenya
Open.
Open.
It's named Magical Kenya just for the branding and selling out Magical Kenya. As you know, we've been doing a lot of tourism to promote Kenya, so it's like it's a tour. And what you don't know is that Kenya Open is part of the European tour.
Okay.
That is the tour that happens around Europe. So you have to meet certain standards for your country to be in that league. So Kenya is one of them, and that's why we host Kenya Open. This weekend, it is happening. Starting from 3rd all the way to 6th. And we are privileged enough to have a special invite from the Kenya Golf Union.
Wow.
Okay.
Yes, and in 2018, we also received the same invite, and we were really privileged that my students got a chance to get a photo with the president.
Amazing.
Wow. Yes, and some of them just keep looking at the photo. They're like, I met the president on that day. You know, that just makes you feel happy.
Yeah.
Some people may even be 50 or 60 or even old, and you've never met the president, but the kids are like, I met the president.
Yeah.
So those are the things that make you feel like you have done something.
Yes.
For you meeting the president may be just a normal thing, but for them it meant something.
Yeah.
And I am actually hoping that the same thing might happen this year. I do not know about that yet because of all the protocol and the technicalities.
Okay.
But it gives the students that excitement to look forward to the game. So what happens is that we attend the game on the last day. They get to watch.
Okay.
Maybe we usually move around with more, maybe the first group or the second group where you're just spectators, you move around with them, they get to learn now from the professionals. They can see what happens in the course, what you're supposed to do and what you're not supposed to do. Great. So I usually take that as a lesson for them, and they are very, very keen to learn the lessons.
Amazing.
Yes.
So we have talked about all the good things that have come with you championing for inclusive golf. So as you people get to go to the golf clubs to play, are there any challenges that you face in terms of socially blending in with the people there, getting them to understand the type of children that they're dealing with?
Yeah. Yes, it is usually a challenge, but personally I don't take that as a challenge. I take it as a chance, an opportunity to educate more people about special needs, and mostly the intellectual disabilities.
Great.
The commonly known as hidden disabilities, because these are not people you will be pushing around with wheelchairs. Yeah. They might just run across the course and everybody
will play.
What is that? Why are they doing that?
Yeah.
So I take that as an opportunity to tell people these are students, these are their condition, explain what the condition is, explain how to help them. Yeah. And eventually you find that everybody, like now, I think most of I will use Muthaiga Golf Club as an example, because that is where we train every Tuesday. Okay. And the members are very accommodative. They have given us a lot of support. I mean, they see the students, they're like, oh, our students are here. Wow. Even Tuesday, they'll just stop, say hi to them. And that means that we are heading somewhere. Yeah. With our a battle of inclusion, with educating people on creating awareness on special needs. Yes, so it's not really a challenge, but an opportunity.
Great.
Yes.
Right, very good. I watch the game of golf once in a while. I know I'm at the golf course, and what I know is that for golf, it's a golf of etiquette. So when it comes to the dressing, when it comes to the way you conduct yourself in the club, you know, everything, golf goes with etiquette. So how did you train the students on the etiquettes of golf? Because I believe by the time they are now getting even all these privileges, the members must have seen that these kids now really, you know, are in line with what is required at the golf club. So how did you go about imparting the golf etiquettes?
Yes, as you said, golf is a game of rules. There are so many rules to be followed, so you have to take time. So what happened is, when we started our program, when we would go for trainings on Tuesdays, we would have around first 20 minutes of the coach talking to the students. Remember, our coaches are pros, so they know every detail about the course, about the game, about the dressing, everything. So with the help of the coaches will talk to them and tell them, now when you're the course, this is how you're supposed to do. When you're at the clubhouse, this is what how you're supposed to conduct yourself. And that really went a long way, because you see, with the discipline that is required at the course, it's brought to school eventually. So you also find that this same discipline they have out there, they bring it to school, and those are the students you won't find them in trouble, I must say.
Never.
Because they know how they're supposed to conduct themselves in and out of the course. And now also with the help of the coaches, who are able to really train them, because we would have 20 minutes first of all before we start playing. We have 20 minutes of discussion. So, coach, how am I supposed to dress when going for a tournament? And he will answer. So, coach, if a ball goes to the wrong side of the course, how am I supposed to get it? So by doing all that, we were eventually able for them now to totally understand why they have to dress this way. Why you have to tuck in your t-shirt. You can just be walking around with an untucked t-shirt. You can just be walking around in wrong shoes at the course. And eventually, that is now how even the members are very comfortable with the students, having the students around. Remember, we even go there go to other clubs where the tournaments are held, and they carry the same discipline with them throughout. So these are not students that will be worried of how they're going to behave when they're out there. No. The discipline has been great.
All right. Now I understand golf takes a lot of time, right? So from the beginning to the end, and dealing with our kids, I understand they can't take much of being out there in the sun and all that. How do you encourage them to just enjoy the sun, the heat, all that, the things that come with playing golf?
18 whole course.
I remember the first time we had a few of them playing an 18 course. Whoa! I literally had to walk back and forth. I go to this one, I talk to them and tell them, you know what, just two more holes. And you know, 2 holes is not like from here to, it's quite a distance, but you're like, just 2 holes. Then they're like, okay, Miss Anne. Then I go to the next one. And then it was a sunny day. I remember some telling, can I quit? But you know, you can't give them that option. You just tell them, no, you just have to keep pushing, you have to keep pushing, you have to keep pushing. So eventually, and at the end of the day, when they finished, I think I had about 5 students that time who finished the whole 18 course. And the joy on their faces could tell it all. Despite them now walking as they're limping, because it was really
a distance.
That it's a tough game, even to everybody. Golf is a tough game. It requires a lot of attention to detail, a lot of concentration. Very little interruption might just make you lose a score. So it is that bit of encouraging them and pushing them. Because yes, it is tough on everyone, actually. As long as
that's how life is.
It is tough on everyone. It gets very easy for them, and they are able to just continue and push through and push through. And I can say for sure, I have seen growth. I have seen growth in the students, and I have seen what they can do that given all the opportunities, no wonder I will keep on championing for inclusion, because I know that these are not the only ones.
Yeah.
We have so many out there, and that's why we have tried to introduce the same to other special schools, introducing them to the JGF so that they can also participate in the trainings. And that way we will see a big number of them moving forward, and we will get our very own Tiger Woods.
Amazing. That's for sure.
That's for sure. Yes.
Very good. It's like you have preempted my next question or questions, because I was about to ask you, have you introduced other special schools aware about this program? And if they are, have they participated? And the next question is, are there any students currently who are playing competitively? Because I know you started from the training, so would also be interested to hear whether there are any who are now playing competitively.
I answered the first question about introducing golf to other special schools, which we have, but due to COVID we had to first stop. But now that we're back, we actually just resumed our training this in January. So we are hoping now, I'm hoping to pick from where we left it, and also now continue bringing in more people and more students. And concerning the competition tournaments, they are, yes, I have a few students who are playing competitively. I have a few who are taking part in the Safaricom, the ongoing Safaricom tour. I have others who are now just playing in their respective clubs, like Ruiru, Kiambu. I have two of them playing in those courses.
All right.
And now, as we're progressing now into transition, remember now we have been under JGF.
Yes, and they're getting older.
Now they're getting older, and now the next one requires them to be handicapped for them now to play in the amateur leagues. So that is now what we are working on, to help them now transition from the JGF into the competition games.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So we are going to go on a short commercial break. Do not touch that dial. Remember, you can always reach us on our social media handles. On Instagram, DigiTV Kenya. On Facebook, DigiTV Kenya. And on Twitter, DigiTV Kenya. Our SMS number is 0791 300 105. Our SMS number again is 0791 300 105. We'll get back to you in a few minutes' time.
Career success is brought up by a training that goes beyond the academics, training that prepares you for the marketplace and as a job creator. And here at Uzuri Institute, we train you to be a job-ready professional. Over the years, we've done research to identify what works in the job market and what doesn't. And with our team of qualified trainers, we continue to produce graduates who are highly qualified. We have partnered with international and national exam bodies, and that guarantees employability and career progression. Prepare for the future by applying for our current intake. We offer courses in cosmetology, hair and beauty, fashion and interior design, tourism and travel management, electrical and electronic engineering, ICT and ICDL, hospitality management, and journalism and mass communication. You can visit our offices in Thika and Machakos. Thika main campus is located at Haile Selassie Road, opposite Thika School for the Visually Impaired. Machakos campus at KIE Building, 2nd floor along AIC Bomani Road. For more information, call Thika main campus at 0723 560-867 or 0700-455-435. Machakos campus at 0715-603-362 or 0781-908-822. Uzuri Institute, shaping careers, directing purpose.
Are you a parent or a guardian looking for a kind of foundation that you need for your child? Located in Nairobi, Dagoretti along Gong Road, Blackbest Pre and Primary School offers computer studies, arts and design, extracurriculum skill, as well as indoor games. With a qualified, friendly and dedicated staff, Blackbest offers ideal and conducive learning environment for your child. We provide a safe and reliable transport to our pupils. For more information, call us today on 0720-844-083 or you can visit our website www.blackbest.com.
Come on, celebrate the Lord with a hand clap.
Must be able to believe every single day Christ to be our Lord and Savior. I seek to find refuge and purpose again in you.
Welcome back to the second part of the NEURODIARIES. We are glad that you did not move. Keep it DGTV. We shall continue with our amazing discussion with our amazing guest. And to bring us back to the second part of this interview, I want to find out, Madam Anne, golf is very addictive, and at the same time it can also be very therapeutic. So maybe you can tell our viewers, and especially parents of children with autism, how therapeutic is golf for kids with autism?
As we said earlier, golf is a game of repetition.
Okay.
And key to details. So when you learn the game of golf, you have to be very keen and ready to repeat one thing over and over again. And you find that kids with autism, they tend to be repetitive. And that makes golf a perfect game for them, because once they can be comfortable repeating one thing they can be comfortable repeating the same thing over and over again, and also very keen. If you tell them that you're supposed to hit this ball from here to there, and you keep, like now when you are doing something called putting at the golf course, when you're putting, you're supposed to hit this ball from here to there.
Okay.
And it is a chance that you will miss a million times when you're learning. But for them, it's comfortable, because despite repeating the same thing over and over again, they can still do it. And at that moment, it's therapy to them. And then also remember, the golf course, the ambience, it's very cool. So, okay, leave the sun out, but it's a cool environment, which even to everybody else, it's therapeutic. So that makes it very perfect for them, for the kids with autism, because they don't, in terms of sensory motions and all that, they can be able to enjoy that moment. And I have a few of them on the team, and they're doing quite well. Yes.
All right, that's really amazing to know. Let's talk about the determination of persons with intellectual disability. They are people who are very determined to win. Yeah. Can you talk about how that has really inspired them to keep pushing even when they get tired in between the game?
You see, when you have something you're not good at, and then you discover another thing that you're good at, you will be forcing yourself to do your best in this that you're good at. So persons with disabilities, especially with intellectual disabilities, you find that in class, their classwork, that is where they get all the bad vibe, if I may call it so. And nobody is there to tell them, no, you can do this, you can do this. So when they got out to the field to something that they can do, now this one, most of the time you don't even have to do a lot of pushing. It's very easy. It just comes naturally for them because this is what they are good at, and they've been given that chance. So they just run with it, and they actually just prove many people wrong. Because for us, we excel in class, we got A's, we got B's, and we are good. The teacher will be like, good work all the time. When you don't get that oftenly, then you get a chance to shine, where your fellow students can sit and watch you do that thing. I think that is already amazing enough. But of course, there is a lot of encouragement as students who still need encouragement about life and everything. We still do that. And on autism part, there is a golf player in South Africa. He has won. He was once #1 in the US Open. Twice he won that title twice. He's called Aniels. He has a son with autism. Who is currently, I think, around 9 years. So he has moved around the world looking for a school that can accommodate his son. And eventually he has settled to open a school for children with autism to learn golf. So yes, I have been trying all my luck with the emails, just to get the stories out there that yes, many people are doing this, and it is us to do the work to make sure that these kids get the attention that can benefit them. So yes, that is one of my inspiring person. He's called Aniels. He has a foundation in South Africa called Aniels Foundation that helps children with autism to play golf.
Great. Yeah, speaking of South Africa, I know even under the Special Olympics movement that South Africa and I think Zimbabwe has been doing very, very well in golf. And actually they are the ones who've been representing Africa in Special Olympics. So we are glad to hear that you're also putting Kenya on not only on the Africa map but also on the global map. Now you mentioned that these the upcoming Summer Games next year in Berlin, Germany, Special Olympics Kenya will be presenting a girl in golf, and I believe it's unified.
Yes, it's unified. Sport.
Okay, so I'm just wondering, when it comes to the training opportunities, most of the times when I go to the golf course, the pros that I see are males. They are males, and hardly will you see a pro who is female. So I'm just wondering, what programs do you have for mentorship for your junior girls? Because we have this big event coming. We really need to make sure that there's a girl you're sending to Berlin. So what preparations do you have for the girls who will be going for the qualifiers? Have you any support from female pros in this program? So maybe take us through that.
Yes, thank you. Now that is where my challenge begins. You know, most of the things, you have the success side and you have the challenge side. So when in golf, we have 2 lady pros in Kenya.
Wow.
Yet to finalize on my research as to why we don't have many pros as compared to men, because there are so many men pros, and I am yet to understand why that is. So I have actually gone out of my way to now find the people who are training golfers. There's a lady called Naliaka, who is heading the Africa Golf Program. I spoke to her recently. I am supposed to continue with that conversation in a few days' time. That is a big challenge because you find that most of the trainers are men. And that one, I'll actually use this opportunity to call out for the ladies.
A clarion call.
Yes, because we need ladies who are going to train the girls, who are actually not only training but mentoring them and showing them that yes, you are a lady, but you can also make it in golf. I'm also reaching out to an organization called Young Entrepreneurship Network Africa. They also train golfers. I'm yet to find out what level they are at, and also as I do my inclusive golf championing, to also see how we can also do the inclusive golf. So yes, we need lady golfers, and that's why I am happy that I have a few girls on my team. It's already encouraging. And now the fact that Kenya has been put on the spot to bring a girl, one girl with disability and another one without, that means I have to unify the two of them. Then that one is still a big challenge. Yes, it is.
Finding a partner.
But yes, finding a partner is not easy, because when you're unifying them, you can't get one who is way above, way below. They have to work together, and that is why I said earlier, because the purpose of inclusion is to learn to live with them.
Acceptance.
Because they are our family members. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter where they come from or who they are. They are people we live in with them in our houses. So that part of unifying, I'm actually my final aim is to have the whole team unified. Not only unifying them when there is a tournament coming up at outside the country, but to have them unified, to have them compete as a unified team. So wherever there is a tournament, my 4 balls, I'm going to be representing 2 without and 2 with. Yes.
Amazing. You really sound, again, very passionate about inclusion. So I'm just wondering, because everyone has a support system, right? So who has been, let me put them in plural, because it probably isn't one person. So who are those people who have been your greatest support system, the people who keep encouraging you to keep pushing for inclusion, the people, even when you're tired, because I'm sure sometimes you do. So who are those people? Probably you can mention just 3.
You're limiting me.
For today, I'll only give you a chance for 3.
For individual, I will first mention my biggest support system, my mentor. Her name is Esther.
Okay.
Yes. She's the person who just keeps pushing me behind everything, you know. And I think it is called learning from the best. Yes. So she is my greatest support system. And my kids, what did I do without them? They are the people who, once you're feeling like, hey, today do we have to do this? Like, hey, Miss Anne, golf was interesting today. And you're like, oh, that is awesome. I would also Now for organizations,
Yeah.
I can't leave out the organizations that
For
have
sure.
been really supportive.
Okay.
We're starting with the Junior Golf Foundation
Okay.
that provides coaches for our students. And it has been easy
Okay.
for us because they have been there for us.
Yeah.
And the other organization is the Kenya Golf Union. I remember even when we were going for the Special Olympics in 2018,
19.
our 2019, sorry, our player didn't have the kit that
Yeah.
was recommended, and you know, a golf set is quite expensive.
Yeah.
And KGU came in to support us. They even donated some kits to our juniors.
Okay.
So they have really been supportive. And I think with those two organizations, that is how we are able to move
Yeah.
forward, because they are the major shareholders in golf.
Yeah.
And they with their support, because I feel like sometimes you would want to do something and then it's impossible because of who is up there.
Yeah.
But for them, they have made it very easy. Special Olympics has also been very, very supportive of us with the mentorship programs for the trainers and all that.
Yeah.
And also Muthaiga Golf Club. They have, I think inclusion, if there's a battle we feel like it is going somewhere, is the gospel of awareness at that club. Because it has been, we have been received and we have been supported at the club.
Yeah.
Even at their personal level. I think our first, when we went to them asking if we could use the training grounds, they didn't have any objections. They were
Yeah.
like, yes, just bring the children on board. We don't mind. We will accommodate them. So it has been a chain of support
Yeah.
system. It's not that something I can say that I have done alone.
Yeah.
No, I haven't. Yes, yeah. So it's been quite a journey with also my colleagues supporting me. Yeah, but everybody knows Anne and her golf.
Incredible. So I'm just putting myself into the shoe of a parent who would like their child to join the golf, and probably they're wondering what's the investment. So how much would it cost to have a child? We know you've already said membership is just 1,000 for the registration, but of course now there's the game itself. So what maybe even if not in terms of an amount, but what is required? What does a child require to play the game of golf?
Okay. So for a child, and a child I'm talking about somebody below 21 years.
Okay.
That is how extensive JGF is. It is, you just register. Then after that, you can go to a club near you and find a pro. Those are the people who are going to help you with the training of your child.
Okay.
Then after that, there is the kits. You will have to buy, not all the time.
Is it available
But
second hand?
Yes, so
new?
the pros mostly have the information of where you can get the kits. I also have a few people that I can guide you to get. You can get a second hand, but remember, don't just go to a shop and say, I want a kit, I want this. First walk through that with the coach, so that you know that, and you know sometimes we may want our kids to do something they're not interested in.
Yeah.
And you have already invested in the whole golf set kit that costs, and a brand, this one I'm talking about, a brand new one, around, I think cheap at 70,000. So before you invest in all that, it's always good to find a coach, talk with him, let him have a few lessons with your student. They usually have their kits that they can use for training.
Yeah.
Then after that, they will advise, now I can see he's really interested or she's really interested.
Yeah.
So can we move them now to, we can now start investing in buying the kits. Then there is this second hand we can start with. Then after that, they usually something we call the JGF tours,
Okay.
which is also inclusive of an organization called US Kids.
Okay.
So they usually have camps for kids, training camps. Especially now that schools are closing, there should be some coming up that are usually shared on the platforms that you can pay maybe the amount charged, then the kids can train for maybe a week or something. At the end of that, they have the tournament. So it's usually very engaging for the kids. So those are the most important platforms that one can start. A golf course nearby, register for JGF, get a card, then after that go talk to a pro who will guide you on how to start with the training, maybe give you 1 or 2 weeks, 2 days a week, or according to their schedule. Then after that you find the interest, how it is, then there will be the JGF tournaments that come up in, I think, mostly once a month in different towns. So they get a chance to play at all those competitions.
And definitely the golf apparel, because there's the shoes, the clothes.
The shoes, the clothes.
Yes.
They are also quite not very expensive because they are available. But the basic thing is at least some simple khaki shorts and trousers, some polo t-shirts, some sports shoes for starters. But once it gets professional, you have to go professional.
All right, very good. Now we are about to wind up, and so we'll ask you to look at that camera and give us your parting shot, even as we wrap up.
Okay. I would just want to talk to the parents out there and the teachers that we should try as much as possible to include children with special needs in everything that we do. Let's try to expose them to as many things as possible. As I said earlier, we also have fashion and design for the students. These are things they can do. These are things that they have proved they can do. There's sports, not only golf, there's cycling, there's swimming, all the games. Just try to find what it is that your child can do or your students as a teacher can do, and then try as much as possible to find more information about it so that we can introduce them to the games as early as possible. And that way we don't know what the world holds for them. They are our next champions, our next Tiger Woods. Yes.
All right, that's really amazing. I have personally learnt a lot, some golf terms. So that brings us to the end of our NeuroDiaries segment today. Remember, NeuroDiaries basically puts spotlight on persons with neurodevelopmental conditions. So you can always catch us here at DigiTV every Tuesday at 10 to 11 a.m. in the morning. But there's a repeat of the same at 8 p.m. in the evening. So your word that you're meant to take out for you today is what comes to your mind when you hear the word inclusion. That will be it for today. You can as well reach us on our SMS number 0791 300 105. Till next time, adios.